Well, welcome to Insomnia Maniac's Tarot with your host, Tropical Empress in Spirit. Hi, beautiful people. I thought I'd come on for a few minutes. I was gonna head to bed, but Spirit called me to come out here, so I wasn't sure what the reason was for, but here I am. I told Spirit that when they call me out here, I'll come out. So here I am. I know it's kind of last minute. So, I did do a quick general collective past, present, and future reading for y'all. So maybe this is why Spirit called me out here, because maybe someone needs to hear this reading. I'm not sure, but I said, okay, well, I reckon I'll come out here for a few minutes, say hi, and to go over this general collective, because Spirit wanted me to do it for whatever reason. And so I thought I would do this real quickly. Hi, Eternal. How you doing, baby? I'm surprised you're not knocked out of sleep. God knows I was getting ready to go there myself. In fact, actually, that reminds me. I need to take my medicine before I forget. You were about to, until you saw my crazy behind come on. I'm sorry. Ugh. Whoa. Ouch. Well, I'm sorry to keep you up, but hopefully I'm worth a few minutes. Don't ask me why Spirit asked me to come out here. It's like I told you earlier. They tell me come out here, I'll come out. So, I don't know. Maybe you need to hear this message. I don't know. So, here I am. Because I was going to go through. I was actually going to work on my pull cues, filing my tips down. Because I noticed one of my tips is all jacked up. Because I haven't looked at my freaking cues in forever. So. And then I sat there and it's like, well, I don't really need to do that tonight either. But it'll take some time to shape it back out. But I'm going to have to shape them because one of it looks pretty freaking flat. It's like, yeah, man, that would have just been good if I would have walked into a pool hall right now, pull out my pool cue case, and then looking all jacked up because my pool cues were all jacked up. Not the cues themselves, it's just the tips, but you never know. You know, it'd be so fun though. I gotta admit, I think when I go into a pool hall, but it's the same thing with a bowling alley, you know, because most people don't expect to see someone like me walk in there, especially someone who can, you know, bowl and shoot pool. So I always enjoy being underestimated. I think that's probably what drives me in there, to be honest. Because I like coming in there looking like the little priss, like, no, can't pick up a bowling ball, afraid I'm gonna break a nail. Yeah, they wouldn't take me as someone who could shoot pool with long fingernails either, so I always get a kick out of that. But then I like going in there just kind of watching and seeing. And even, I know every once in a while, you know, sometimes I'll just walk in there and just sit and watch other people play. whether it's at the bowling alley or the pool hall. And just kind of check out the competition first. And then I'll pull out a pool table, you know, if I'm at the pool hall, and start beating some balls around and act like I don't know how to play. And then they'll come over there and want to offer their assistance, and I just kind of play along with it. Yeah, that's when I get them into the shark cage with me. So I get a laugh out of it. Can I answer a question? Oh, geez. What, are you asking me, can I do a reading for you? If you're asking that, I only do paid readings. What I'm fixing to do, though, is a general collective. So yeah. One of my girlfriends, I talked to her for a few minutes. She's still trying to get me to come back up to the pool hall. I told her, yeah, as soon as I get my nails done, whenever that is, I'll come up there and check it out again and see what the competition is like. And, you know, I'm going to go in there and act like I don't know what I'm doing, though, first, just to blend in. It has nothing to do with the program. Okay, well, you know what? I have a bio on my channel, so you can always look there. And so, anyhow, I thought that one of these days, I'm gonna walk in there dressed like I am now. Of course, I'd end up having to wear shorts instead, but I act like I don't know what I'm doing, and then pull my pool cues out, put them together, and show them I can actually play. I used to enjoy doing that. Being underestimated. So anyhow, so I gotta fix my tips, and I have to get my bowling ball cleaned up because I didn't realize how dirty it is. Okay. So, beautiful people, what I'm getting ready to do is a general collective. Okay, it's not a personal reading. And it's going to be a past, present, and future. So take what resonates, leave behind the rest. If something don't fit, please don't force it to fit. Alright? And if you want a personal reading from me, the details is in the pinned comment in the chat. So, recent past energy, I have here, Spirit showing me y'all been making some movements. Like I feel a lot of momentum. I pulled from one of my Kipper decks, so, oops. I feel like this is positive movement, though, with this activity card being right here. Recent past energy. And the movements you've been making with all the positive momentum coming towards you is allowing you to, like, restructure your life in a way that better fits your life now than what maybe it had been in, like, recent months or even, like, past year or two is what I'm getting. So you've got a whole new, renewed sense of hope. And I feel like you're actually getting a lot of attention from people, too. Like, I feel like you're not just making, like, little moves. You're making big moves. Some of this feels business-related. But I have the star card here that's showing me. And for someone out there, you're like the star to someone. You're like their inspiration. Like, I pick up on a resilient energy of someone that's gone through hell and back. But despite what you've been through, You've always been able to rise to the occasion, is what I just heard. And I feel like you're getting a lot of eyes, a lot of attention drawn to you, to where people really appreciate and respect you for your strength and your resiliency. And, one thing's, that I'm getting the present energy is there are changes, but it's positive changes. And you're taking charge of these changes going on right now with all these positive movements with this change card right here. And the dice that came out that I used to clarify it is the King of Wands. King of Wands is a go-getter. They're a leader. They're, very goal-oriented. And they're ones you can look at as being confident. They know what they're doing. Even some may describe them as being arrogant, cocky, but depending on who they are, it's going to be a little different. So some of y'all might even view y'all as, view you as being cocky, but I don't feel like it's necessarily bad. I just think that depending on who it is, it might, come off as, rubbing people the wrong way, but Spirit's saying you have reasons to be confident, to be this leader, that people really, I feel like someone aspires to be just like you. And like I'm getting like a father son type dynamic for someone out there. This feels like a father son dynamic. So maybe you're like the father and your son looks up to you. But this feels like even like either two best friends, two brothers, Spirit just said even like two managers. So I'm getting like maybe someone who works in a company where, you have like your location manager and then maybe you have a district or area manager above you. So I see y'all working closely together. And I feel like you are looked up to. I feel like even by your managers, they really admire you and the good work you bring to the table and the positive changes you bring. I feel like you even change up the atmosphere of the work environment, whether this is like an office, a plant, a factory. I even got auto, so Spirit just showed me a like auto mechanic place. There's just an upbeat to your vibration. And I feel like you can be very charismatic, which is another um, trait of like a King of Wands energy. So there's a lot of positive changes coming towards you. And I feel like a lot of people are looking to you for more changes. And I even feel like you're getting enough attention from the right people that someone else out of nowhere, unexpectedly, I feel, is going to offer you something you can't refuse, an opportunity of some kind. Even Spirit just said like someone's gonna offer someone who's watching me an opportunity to even maybe grow more with the company. So this feels like leveling up, but this feels like someone that's not just gonna be like a location manager. I feel like this could be someone who's like an area manager to where you're gonna be over more than one location. Um and for someone else, has to do with corporate. So this feels like a big company. This is not a small company. This feels big. Something about the main office. That's all I heard. But those positive changes are going to bring in more transformation in you. Positive transitions where in your future I get the metamorphosis. And it's showing me this is all about change, but this is good change. But even some of it can be a little bit of a struggle, and, because you were talking about, having to adapt to these changes. And not all change can be good, but it's not all necessarily bad either. But change has to happen in order for us to evolve, in order for us to transform, to transition. So there's going to be a transitional period here for you in the near future, where this leveling up, you know, it even feels like for someone, this is like a glow up. That even I feel like in your personal life, you're going to even start looking very attractive to people. You're going to get a lot of attention, even from people from the opposite sex. So if you're single and you're trying to get, you know, um, attraction, you know, to the right person, even for someone, Spirit just said this is like someone you have a crush on or they have a crush on you, and I feel like you're going to look even that much better to this person. So I feel like you're going to get more offers, though. It's not just going to be professional. This feels personal. Even new friendships coming to the table. And with the metamorphosis card, the dice I got is, I think this is page. Yeah, this is page of wands. And a page of wands, you know, you think of a page of wands as being someone that, no, they don't have all the knowledge. No, they don't have all the experience, but they're willing to take what they do have and run with it and go on out there into the world and learn more. And they're not afraid. Like they're not afraid to make mistakes. They're not afraid to quote unquote like get their hands dirty. So, you know, like Spirit showed me like an auto mechanic place. So you think of, you know, mechanics, you know, they get their hands covered in oil and grease working on cars. So I feel like you're that person though that you could be all polished up, you know, in, you know, business attire, but you would still like work in an office, but you wouldn't be afraid to go out there and show the guys or even work beside the guys, even gals. There are some female mechanics, and get your hands dirty just to kind of help give them an extra set of hands to show them something new or something that maybe they didn't learn in school or so on. So this can be very, very positive. Like I said, this feels like attention on all angles. So Spirit showing me it's time to really simplify things, and it's time to refocus and put your attention both equally. Make sure you find balance between work and personal, because I feel like even if you know, end up moving up into a supervisory role or upper level management, be sure you don't allow that job, your career, to run you into the ground to where you don't have a personal life. So there's a need to make sure you find balance in both. And I also pulled y'all an animal spirit card. And you know how I see y'all in y'all's power, like the go-getter? I got the power, the grizzly bear, right here. But, you know, I don't feel like you're that ferocious bear. You're like that gentle giant teddy bear. You know, you might look intimidating. And maybe for your stature or maybe, you know, for even the type of role you're in, you might intimidate people, you know, but I don't feel like you're the type that allows um, your power to get to your head. Like, I don't feel like you're overstepping boundaries with people, no matter who those people are, whether it's someone who reports below you or is, you know, like a, you know, someone next to you or someone above you. You know, I pick up on an energy that even like going out to the grocery store or even like the mailman or the people that come by, the trash people pick up your trash, like you treat everybody with the same amount of respect. And I feel like you get admired a lot more for that. You don't look at, you know, individual class, social economics. You don't allow any of that to get to your head. You know, even if it might mean you have a lot more than maybe most, you still are very humble in your life, but I feel like you do share a lot of your success with the people around you too. So Spirit wants you to know that no matter what happens, you are in control here, and which is what this grizzly bear is telling me. And it even says, I am indestructible. I honor my intuition and go where it leads. Love and gentleness are my real strengths. I never give up. I will succeed. And I do, like I said, like the gentle giant is what I picked up automatically without even reading that beforehand. And I feel like you do share a lot of love, but you show a lot of tenderness and strength. And I feel like I even get a mother bear. So someone watching me right now is a mama, and I pick up mama bear. And but it's in a beautiful way. You know, you're very protective of your kids and protective of your loved ones, but you give that nurturing, loving, caring compassion to people too. So I even picked up oh, my spirit guides can be so funny. I mean, to me this seems funny, but because it would be something that most people wouldn't expect. I see someone, like I see a mama with her kid. So, and they're showing me a boy or girl, don't matter. Um, I see you going up to the school bus, and I see your kid over there like bullying somebody or being mean to another kid. And instead of, kind of like getting on to maybe the school bus driver, for not keeping the kids in line, even when it comes to your own kid. I see you over there coming down on your child, yes, but then I see you getting over to that other child. And it's like, you know, come home, let me make you something to eat, being that caring, nurturing person to them. And you feel like you take more responsibility on that because obviously your child is being cruel to another child and you didn't raise them that way. And so you pick up, the mother hen. But Spirit's even showing me, that's good to show that loving nature to your child and remind them of that. But they're wanting you to know don't enable your child either. Like, don't make them feel like just because mama's coming in and trying to make it better that excuses their behavior. Not saying you are, but that's just what I picked up. All right. And then the angel card I pulled for y'all, I actually got an angel number card, is triple sixes. And this is refocus. And it says, refocus to find balance between your material and spiritual aspects of life. Stop putting too much emphasis on material things. So, how we talk, how I just said about make sure you find balance between your work life and personal. Don't allow, your job to work you in the ground if you can help it. Make sure you still find time for our personal life and enjoy it. Spirit really wants to emphasize this because there's like this unity here, family unit. Like I said, mama bear. Make sure your kids are getting enough of your time and attention too. That it's not just dedicated to work and elsewhere. So, all right, beautiful people. Let's see. Anything else, Spirit? Before I say no. Oh, wait. I was gonna pull from this other deck real quick. Let me see where it go. Hi, everybody that came in. How y'all doing? I just got hot. Spirit, can I get one more card? Show me. I just heard spiritual teacher. Spirit. Someone watching me right now. I'm picking up a feminine energy. I get spiritual teacher, but I even pick up someone who blonde hair, blue eyes is what I'm getting. So, but I heard school teacher too. Okay, I'm picking up someone watching me is a school teacher, but it feels like a Catholic. Yeah, Spirit said this is like a Catholic school. So you would possibly be like a teacher, principal, even someone that works in the cafeteria, talks to the kids, but they're also being taught religion. So I feel like you're a good advocate for the school. All right, last card. Spirit showing me, make sure that you find clarity amidst confusion, even when it seems like things aren't as clear. This can affect some of your decision making too. Like I'm picking up someone. Yeah, I'm being shown like a cafeteria. So for someone out there watching me, this is like I see an altercation happening in the cafeteria. But I don't feel like this is with a child. This feels like this is like with someone else you work with. And I feel like, someone else, I see someone else walking up and kind of like telling y'all to kind of pipe it down because of the kids. So, but I feel like this person, whoever's walking up and it's trying to kind of get control to get y'all to calm down, they don't know what, the disagreement or the little bickering is about. And I feel like it sounds worse than what it actually is. And so it feels like someone's just coming in sticking their nose where it don't belong, okay? So that might create some problems. Just be prepared for that too. All right. And that's what I got for y'all beautiful people. For the general collective reading, again, that was a general collective. Wasn't a personal reading, so take what messages resonate and leave behind the rest. If something doesn't fit, don't force it to fit, please. What's going on, beautiful people? Hi, Elise. How you doing, sweetheart? Whoa. Surreal. Hi. Jesus. Hello. It is Monday morning for me. Feels like this weekend went by too fast. Okay, put these, goes back over here. Did y'all have a good weekend? Hopefully y'all did something fun. Here. Put my cards back where they're supposed to go. Hello, Sky Blessings. How you doing? Ouch. For all these other decks get all mixed up. And I'll be searching for this one deck again. Can't have that. So, Eternal, did you get the rest of the stuff done you was working on? Or did you just decide that you was going to save it for tomorrow? Ouch. I'll probably go here in a few minutes, y'all. Leave it for tomorrow. Yeah, I don't blame you. I know I still had several more Patreon membership recordings I still gotta do, so that's what I'll be doing tomorrow when I get up, because I didn't get as far into it today as I was hoping. So, whatever time I wake up tomorrow, I get the feeling it'll be another like 24-hour day for me, where I'll be doing several of them, trying to take care of some things in between. No. I know I got some laundry I gotta do too. Yeah, and I didn't touch that yet, so I'll be doing all that tomorrow. I still gotta take some of my clothes up to the dry cleaners, but that'll happen whenever. Did you ever get a chance to get any of your laundry done? Or did you just not bother? Because I know the kids were in there using the washer and dryer, right? Dang, feels like it got hot in here. Okay, well that's good you finished yours. Yeah, it'd be good if you don't stress. I wouldn't stress. Like I said, it's like even now, even being here, I'll be here. Spirit calls me, but I won't be here for that long. The major things are done. Well, that's good. That's what's important. Yeah, I noticed there's a crack in my, in the dashboard in the car. At first I thought it was the windshield. I was like, what? What is that crack? But thankfully it wasn't my windshield. It's in the dashboard, which just blows my effing mind, but that car, being 23 years old now, I guess it would start showing some wear and tear like that, especially with it being black on the inside. So, but it made me think of even that being there. I mean, I didn't notice it before, but it started to make me wonder though if maybe that's why the car could have been running hot, because the vents are right where that one crack is in the dashboard. It's like, oh, I hope that's not why, but because I surely couldn't go through and replace that portion of the dashboard. I don't even know if they would even be able to find it, since now they say my car is like beyond that time frame where you can't get the manufacturer parts anymore. You have to get aftermarket. Unless they found one in a junkyard. And that would be really crappy to have to go through and do that. But I guess it's better than the alternative. Okay, well, beautiful people, I think I'm gonna go. So, I knew I wasn't gonna be on here long. I just want to come on here and do that quick general collective reading. For whatever reason, Spirit wanted me to do it, so whoever those messages were for, I hope it helps. So, my beautiful people, I don't know when I'll be back. I'm not on a set schedule. But I'm sure when Spirit wants me to come back, I'll be back. So, my beautiful people, I hope you have a great week. Great start to your work week, since it's Monday now. And I think, yeah, my pool cue is going to have to wait till tomorrow, because I'm not trying to get all that dust on me. So, everybody, have a wonderful night and a wonderful Monday. Till next time, beautiful people. Much love. Good night.